Oh yeah, I think I've forgotten to talk to you guys about this. So a long time ago, I know it feels like forever, when they first instituted the asset safety abandon thing, they walked back their promise to, when they encourage people to move their stuff, it'll be safe forever. The asset safety is this is your golden parachute for people are going off in deployment or leaving the game for a while and coming back. Your stuff is going to be safe in upwells. So they obviously walked that one back. They've got a habit of doing that. They're throwing some dev under the bus. Yeah. So when they did that, um, they released it half-assed it as usual, and the problem was that quick-thinking people went on Singularity, took advantage of the fact that they could blow up an abandoned station or just blow anything up, and everything will pop out. Now that the abandoned state does that, and everything floats in space, they can figure out which ones to target on Tranquility. That's what they did. And nobody became wise to it. Instead of it just started happening, like right, just immediately. That's what started happening. People actually got Tech 2 BPOs, stuff like that, because not because they were lucky, but because they'd scouted on Singularity. And so CCP's reaction was to simply make everything like they would scout. You could go onto Tranquility and scout your opponent by ship scanning their upwells and seeing what they were fitted with, etc., etc., etc. What CCP did was they remove, when they mirror, they remove all modules, and all your personal assets go into asset safety. And I believe the corporate ones do as well. So there's some. I think it's a command line. They get some intern to do every mirror, and I think they might have goofed it up last mirror, like the previous one, because I'm getting rumors, and take it with a grain of salt, that last mirror it didn't go into asset safety, and you could have scouted for that period of time. But whatever, it done is done. But something to be aware of. Anyway, so typically what's supposed to happen is everything is there's nothing there's when you log on after the mirror, you will see nothing in upwells because it's all being put into asset safety automatically. And it's a good thing to get in right after the mirror so you can deliver stuff to where you want it. Otherwise, it's all going to be shoved willy-nilly into one NPC station nearby. So it's a good idea to get on that right away and deal with it. And that's what I'm doing right now. No, I don't need to deal with that. Nope, don't need to deal with that. These ones, yes, I will. It saves you the hassle of trying to pick through, okay, which upwell and all that stuff. It's handy, and it's easy. It's just done, delivered, and it's easy to get. It's easy to get ISK on Singularity to get those out of assets, the delivery section, right? So this is all fine. All right, done. And that's how you do it. Yeah. Then now you can go into your assets and go, it'll be shown. Where is it? Is it showing yet? It takes a while. Whatever. I know where to go. Yeah. That's how you do it. Yeah, it's really important you do that. Also, it's a smart idea to go around with 100 ISK freighters with with lots of fuel and just stuff it in your upwells that you've got, so you don't have to worry about it. Especially if you've got clone services and you want to go on Singularity and test stuff, and you've got handy clones you want to jump in to test those out, and it's locked out because you ran out of fuel on Singularity, right? So it's always a good idea to deal with that. Hishara, where the hell am I? Right, okay. Off we go.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I'm testing, I wanted to test bumping of an orca that has a Higgs rig and seat module on. And that's, I can guarantee that's going nowhere. Somebody was wondering if you could get it up to speed and then hit your siege module and then collide with something, how would your orca do? And that was just a speculation on somebody's part, and I can guarantee you that it's not going to be much at all in comparison to using, say, a Cinnaball, which I'm going to go get right now, with implants. That'll go, what, 10 kilometers per second. You can guarantee you the mass of mine is not going to be the same bump, for sure. But, whatever. I have the micro warp drive fitted. He's all ready to go. How fast will you go? Let's test it out right now. So Higgs rig on. Lol. Adding mass, right? Now, when I was testing it against when I was testing bumping an orca with MWD on, that adds mass, right? It doesn't actually help you if you've got it running MWD to help add mass to prevent bumping. It doesn't work the way you think it does. It's actually counterproductive to use a micro warp drive active to add mass to prevent bumping, because it kind of helps the other side with their bumping when they push you in a certain direction. The MWD wants to go in that direction, so it's actually worse if you have it on. Trust me, because I tested it, and I'm not depending on others for their opinion, because it's usually, well, like everything in Eve, it can, like, look at my recent diatribe against is that the correct word? Against CCPs not misunderstanding each other's department. It's like that's the problem with lack of documentation. Not only does CCP don't know how to play the game, but a lot of players don't know how to play the game, in that they can't talk about the game without screwing the words up and misunderstanding how they play the game. Even though they do play the game, doesn't mean they can explain the game. It's two different things, because once you start to explain it, you kind of get carried away a lot with stuff you just subjectively understand, and this game is rife with misunderstandings, and the people who exploit that do not have your best interests at heart. And CCP has lauded those people for too long and with too much intensity, because it gets them articles on PC Gamer about, you know, epic stories of betrayal, and it's like, no, they just cheaply exploited something they've been exploiting for years, and they know how to do it more than other people know how to defend against it. And it's a cheap, cheesy tactic, and you're like, wow, the amazing abilities of these trickster con artists is just, and you're like, no, you just got loopholes a mile wide. A freighter can fly through sideways with a drunk pilot on board. Yeah, duh. Anyways, I know, right? I do tend to rant. Yeah, I would never survive on the forums of CCP. No ranting allowed. Yeah, I'm not hampered by hoping to get access to CCP and other people to interview. No, I'm never going to be that person. Mainly because it just wouldn't work. And not the style of my YouTube. Alright. So this is the bumper. And without the implants, I can go 7,000. With my implants, I can go La la la. And right about there's a cycle timer. There we go. And of course, you have to wait a silent hidden timer to jump back into your ship. Oh, I don't know. And plus, it's singularity, so it can be a little bit delayed. There we go. But the funny thing is, there's no, you can hit that right away. It's pretty funny. La la la. Alright, off we go. Blah! Type, thank you. I love type. It is so helpful.
Warp drive active.
Especially in a clouded system. It's like, thank you. Audio should be... I love it. I love the new sound of the engine, but... Starting to get less enamored with it as the novelty wears off. It's like, okay, chill. I've got other stuff to listen to at the same time. And this sucker, with the implants, you're looking at, yeah, 9,000. You add in a drug, yeah, 10K. And if you overheat, 13K per second.
Warp drive
I
active.
don't think, did I have? Yeah, I got overclocker. Just 3%. I believe that dose one is. And then that'll push me up to that. And then you overheat. And yeah, you can go 14K per second. Wow. Cray. Alright, what speed did I get up to with the MWD on? Yeah, that's not going to bump anything. That'll be a love tap, even though you're not, like, heavy, right? Okay. It's not going to be amplified at all. Is her,
Warp drive active.
Yeah, no. Alright, turning this off. Now, obviously, once you get up to full speed and you hit your compact industrial core, I'm not sure if most viewers have experienced the craziness of a dreadnought on siege and you hit it while you're moving. Yeah, you're going to be coasting for a while. It's not going to decelerate anytime soon. So the best way for me is to come to a full stop, especially when you undock and you're trying to align somewhere, is just double click in the opposite direction. And then as soon as it starts ticking up again, you just hit stop. Yeah, see, then you just tick it off and bam, you slow down really quick. All right, that's the my trick. I know, such an epiphany. All right, so 100 kilometers.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so 0. So this is with Higgs rig, and I'm going to turn on the siege now, and I'm going to approach you. Well, actually, that won't get up. That'll be not good. Give me a sec. I'm going to the best place to start your run is about 300 clicks. Because once you get to 100 kilometers, you're pretty much committed. Alright, so usual industrial core on. And remember, this is counterproductive. Don't click it on. It might give you mass, but it's not going to help. Your total mass for right now is hello? Mass, there we go. 3 million. Alright? 3 million. Which would be great news for whole rollers for sure. That's going to be a new thing. Alright. So 300, yeah, good enough, close enough. Alright, so turn around. Do-do-do. Alright. Always turn off the MWD before you start turning around, or you might start to side scrape, and that's not good. Alright, and firing it up. I usually have a bumping thing, but I don't think I have the bumping. Do I have it? Load. Bumper. No, I don't have bumper, unfortunately. Alright. So, I'm up to that far. I'm going to overheat, of course, once I get to 200. And we'll start overheating now. I'm committed right now. And I'll probably... Here we go, 95. Going past 10,000 now. Double click there. Oh, already impacted him. Whoa. See? So that's actually pretty damn good if you think about it. That was my best bumping machine. And I got it to only go 350 clicks. 350 meters per second. So that's nothing. That's nothing. It's a drift, and that's not good. You could keep bumping it, but it's not. It's I don't think you'll be able to get it faster than that. And at the same time, it's a self-defeating thing. You're not really impacting its ability to boost the miners, and the miners are going to have no problem interacting with it at that speed, and it's not going to have the impact that it did before. I'm sure you could disrupt it, but it'll take more work, and it's not going to be what you think it is. So it would be best if you just ganked it, because it's standing still and vulnerable, and they probably have no idea how to properly tank it. So come on. Yeah, 350. Yeah, there's going to be no way you're going to get that above 350 unless you use a very concentrated attack, but it's just not going to work at all. Yeah, there you go. As for this thing getting bumped by the orca going that fast, with an MWD, which is going to be 60, no, it's not going to have any ability to bump anything going that speed, which was what, 70 meters per second? No, 70 meters per second hitting something at 3 million mass. Yeah, no. The mass of this ship is sorry, was that 3 billion? Was I just misreading that? Probably. Yeah, sorry, 3 billion derp. So 3 billion mass versus going at 70 meters per second, trying to bump something. And this is going at 10K, and its mass is 9 million. So that is, and if you do the math, I mean, let's do the math here. So 3 billion, or, 3,000 million divided by 9 million, right? Equals 333. Now, let's times that by 70 meters per second. How fast, that's, okay, so that's, theoretically speaking, if I was going 70 meters per second and I had 333 times the mass of the bumper that I usually use, would I get twice the bumpage that I'm used to on something? No, I don't believe so at all. But why not test it? So let's turn that. Oh, good timing. So let's turn that off and go in. Which direction am I going? I'm being bumped, so I'm going in that direction. I'm going to go in this direction. And while that's happening, let's get a leshak, because that's what's the test vehicle I was asked to test. La la la. Yeah, personally, I don't think it's going to work. If you're lumbering that slow to bump something, it's going to be, it's like once bit, twice shy. You might surprise somebody if this works. You might surprise somebody the first time, but after that, it's useless. It's a useless strategy. To me, strategy is if you can use it over and over again on the same target. That would be a good strategy. If you depend on, a one-off thing, you're doing something wrong. After so many decades of playing this game, it doesn't really faze me when somebody doesn't reply to a friendly hello. There are many factors. Language, AFK-ness, the antisocial nature of being a nerd, many things. And plus, most people on high sec are not worth talking to. I've always found. If they say anything, they're going to be arrogant, pushy, opinionated, but in the way that they don't really have an opinion. It's just hostility, condescension, or anything that is completely selfish, and all me. There's no give or take, that's for sure. All right, so we're almost slowing down. I'll get to 10 kilometers because I don't want to trundle any.
Drive active.
Yeah, well, head towards you. Turn the MWD on. Get to speed while rumbling at you from 10 kilometers away, and then hit the siege just as I'm about to hit to get that extra bit of oomph. So, and all right, let's overheat this just to get as much oomph as we can. Let's turn it up for dramatic reasons. Here we go. Hold on to your hats, folks. Oh, I'd have to see some. Here we go. that the leshak's not going to know what's going to hit him. Charge! You're going to get it, Mr. Leshak. We're going to teach you what for. I don't think he suspects what's going to happen. No, this is, I guarantee you, this is not going to... Even though we're 333 times the mass of my Cinnable bumper, I can guarantee it's not going to have the effect you think it is on paper. Oh, it would be funny if this was hitting twice as hard as my best Cinnable bump. I guarantee it's not, though. Okay, so I don't want to... I have to be careful with the hitbox, right? So there. And there's absolutely nothing I can do to make this go any faster or slower than it wants to do. We're stuck in Dreadnought Siege mode. We could add some more mass by turning it on. That'll add mass to it, I guess. That's just for the mass. It's not for acceleration potential. Okay, here we go. And wait for it. I could... It's going in that direction. I'll double click in that direction. Just to make sure I don't slow down. Like it, I'm gonna slow down. And boing! Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, on that theme week of anticlimactic stuff, that'll be me. Thanks for watching.